Happy, happy Sunday, darlings. Happy Sunday. Oof, my voice is still hoarse. I don't really know what's going on. I I would attribute it to air quality and my allergies just reacting to it. Oh my gosh. I have to say, Sarsci's 105. She's going to be 106 this year. Clap, clap, clap for me. So, things are starting to fall apart. I gotta start taking some calcium here, some vitamin C there, some vitamin E, some B12. I mean, all kinds of things are starting to happen for Sarsci. Anyway, let us now continue on with season 6 of the reality show that is Selling Sunset. I have to say, I do miss Kristen Quinn, the antagonist, and sometimes she's almost close to becoming the protagonist, and then she just swoops right back into the antagonist alley. But that's her lane. That is her boulevard. What can we say? She does it well. She does it well with the glam, with the snark, with the one-liners. That's Christine Quinn for you. Anywho, in her absence, it seems like there's a few contenders to the throne. Ooh. Let's dive into season 3, shall we? It's called Old Deals Die Hard. And I think I might have used the wrong, um, now that I think about it, I think I used it wrong. I'll have to edit that later. The wrong name on this. I put down episode 3, TBD on Brie. It's actually Old Deals Die Hard. And I was like, when I saw it, just the name, when the show, the episode started, I was like, oh, what? Old Deals Die Hard? What is happening? I wasn't intrigued by it. I just figured has to be a connection somewhere, but then I wasn't like, again, thinking it was gonna be like two potential or three potential um, contenders to the throne. But yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway, so let's do a deep dive, shall we? The episode begins. It's a recap, obviously. Thank you, darlings. The episode begins with Chelsea. Chelsea, our darling Chelsea, doing her best Naomi Campbell walk into her listing in Manhattan Beach. Swing those hips side to side, girl. Okay, so the property is like a corner lot with a side yard where you can have your cocktails with the girls, or fire up the Barbie in the summer, or hail. Just kick up your feet under the stars after a long day, darling. Like a long day. But you do what you want to do in that side yard. But again, it seems like the homes in the areas really don't have that square footage to have room for a side yard. So anyway, this one is really cute. Um, so again, any of you darlings have a cool 22 million just lying around in your bank, trying to find something to do with it, you know where to find Chelsea. And speaking of, still on Chelsea, of course she comes all glammed up. What else would she be doing but be all glammed up? That is to be expected, honey. It's like she knows the assignment. The sparkly blazer dress, the sky high heels, the gloves, the pantyhose during the day. That must have been hot. Even if you're like close to the beach, that must have been hot. But you know what? It made the outfit, okay? It made the outfit. And fierce you are, girl. Fierce, fierce, fierce. 3 snaps for you. bring it, and it has been brought. So we continue with Heather and Amanda joining her, and of course Miss Heather, the pretty and pink little preggo lady, she's so cute, is all kinds of zen, and I feel like she's got this pregnant working mom bound pat because she does not break a sweat when she's walking up and down those stairs. Like, honey, I would be ripping off my wig and taking off the shoes if I had extra luggage to carry up and down those stairs. I mean, I'm just like, yeah. But she makes it look so good. So, hey, props to you, girl. Props to you. The three ladies, Amanda, Heather, Chelsea, they start to have a cheeky banter about Christine Quinn, you know, the OJ, HBIC, no longer working for the O group, and how the dynamic of having her there had changed the office in a negative way, and of course that is also now on the flip side, now that she's no longer in the office with them. So at which point Chelsea then brings up how she feels about Brie, the new girl, after Amanda asks the ladies, of course, what their thoughts are of the new girl. And obviously Heather, we see her hanging out with Brie, and they seem to have this really easy rapport and really cute friendship. But you know, a resident snarky boo, Chelsea, does expand a bit more on whether nice equals kindness. So, shots fired. Chelsea, that snarky boo, is definitely keeping an eye on the new girl, even dropping a catty "good luck, B" in her confessional. Like, girl, new girl, you better be packing that heat too, boo, cause ooh, Chelsea's got it on all day low. So the next scene begins at the office in a little bit of a lighthearted tone. Heather shows the ladies how her pants no longer zip all the way up because she's expanding with her pretty little belly. Believe she's having a boy, or she had a boy. Because you know this was filmed a year or two ago, something like that, and she's too cute with that. Anyway, seg into Heather asking right out, not safe for work questions, just Chelsea, about if she's planning to have more babies to add to her brood. Even going so far as to ask Chelsea, like, do you guys pull out? I'm like, girl, pump the brakes on that. Y'all are way too comfortable in that office. Like, way too comfortable. I mean, I get this is girl talk between them, but you are still in a professional setting, aka your office. So, yeah, bearing in mind these questions would never really be asked in my office. That is for sure. So anyway, the banter leads to Brie curiously asking the ladies who has actually dated Jason. You know, the part owner of the Open Hype group, and Nicole. I had to gasp at this one. I didn't even know that, obviously. Mary and Chriselle obviously all raised their hands, and in obvious disbelief. Actually, I was expecting more hands to be up, like more hands. But, you know, then again, maybe there's more agents in the office who have actually dated Jason but aren't actually part of the series. So, if I were there, my eyeballs would be hella tired from side-eyeing the ladies who've dated the boss. Like, I hope that is not a rule to work there. Oof. The shiz is frowned upon where I work for the obvious power dynamic and the policies prohibiting such things, among other things, but I digress. Back to the recap. Oof. Because they're getting me started on this whole oof. Anyway, so Jason walks in with his girlfriend. She's too cute. fresh-faced 24-year-old from Europe, German, German, yes, who now lives in Paris, and um, who is definitely walking into a room full of glammed up ladies. I mean, they're glammed up to the nines, and she's just like fresh off her flight, no makeup on, still giving them a run for their money. So, ladies. But anyway, snark aside, it was a little bit slightly awkward, as obviously the age gap is palpable, and Jason, likely feeling defensive, he had to defend his girlfriend's credentials. She started economics, works a corporate branding job, and on her confessional, though, Chriselle talks about how she's not surprised Marilu, I think that's how you pronounce it, the new girlfriend's name, studied economics, insinuating that it is economically in the girl's best interest to date Jason, as he is obviously a billionaire and counting. Ooh. Funny anecdote, didn't Chriselle date Jason while she was an up and coming real estate agent while still waiting her turn in the multi-million-dollar waters? Or is just like friendly ribbing from an ex-girlfriend? Hashtag asking for a friend. I gotta add, the girl does look smitten with Jason, and so does he, so best of luck to the two of them. Handle it, darlings. If you think this is a fabulous thing for you got going on, I say go handle it. Love, love, love. Just keep doing and being your fabulous little selves, and keep throwing glitter in today's face and every day. Just saying. So, once Marilu and Jason exit for their lunch, it was cute. They're so cute together. We are back. To the office with the ladies, with Bree's curiosity leading her to ask what the secret attraction to Jason is, with Mary cheekily adding, aka what's in his pants? And Emma jokingly adds, is there a secret python down there? I mean, it was a question, but obviously that was a joke. But then the camera pans to the Venus reaction, which is just on point. Like, I mean, she was probably thinking, girls, the guy is short. Let's be real now. How long can the schlong really be? Again, hashtag asking for a friend. Just saying. And honestly, I feel like Brie, being the curious cat that she is, inadvertently dragged herself smack in the middle of all the curious questions the ladies might already have had about her personal life. In particular, a resident snarky boo, Chelsea, who's very vocal about her personal situation. The open but not open relationship, not in a polyamorous relationship, and it's just like, it was too much for Chelsea to wrap her mind around. She's pretty black and white. I mean, I can't blame the girl. Her curiosity already peaked with this girl, and maybe the tabloids have added on to it with like all the reports about Bree's situation with her baby daddy. So, of course, Chelsea fired off the follow-up questions of, so how are you seeing him every morning if he's seeing other people? Like, you gotta factor LA traffic. By 2 p.m., he's with a third person. That's like the third baby mama. And I don't think Brie was ready for these rapid-fire questions because Chelsea, a resident snarky boo. She's got her claws sharpened, and she's not afraid to take them out of those gloved hands. So, yes, it's seeming like an interrogation, and Heather chiming in, asking how Bree's baby daddy spreads himself about schedule wise, okay? Schedule wise. We know he's already spreading his seeds. So, and when pressed further, if the baby moms, the other ones, get along with Bree, she brushes it off like it's a him problem and not a me problem. Further adding that she has seen divorce and people being unhappy and the relationship ending badly, which makes the kids suffer. But from the outside looking in, it already does appear like that is already true in her life currently, as she has chosen this lifestyle where her partner has to divvy up his time between multiple different partners and their children together. I'm sure it's difficult to feel bad for adults in this situation because they're the adults. They made these choices, and unfortunately, these same choices affect those immediately near to them. Um, and again, I have to say, because Brie was so curious about this group and who they've dated and things like that, or who have dated the boss, it did open up a can of worms for her. Like, down the rabbit hole, they all fell with her, dragging her with them. I mean, you know what they say, can't stand the heat, guess best get out of the kitchen. Or don't sign up for a reality show gig. Just saying. Then again, Brie does say opinions don't phase her, so girl, don't leave home without your armor because Chelsea is not done with her questions, and neither are these ladies. You'll see. So let's move on to Nicole's listing. With Heather and Mary coming to the listing, and Nicole, girl, I see you being your messy self about your disdain for Chriselle, commenting about how Chriselle giving Jason shiz about his new younger girlfriend, and complimenting the new girlfriend about how she's very special, she's humble, doesn't take herself seriously, doesn't have an ego, and it's like, what is the point of you edifying this new girl? Like, what is the point? I mean, maybe you really are a fan, who knows? But then at the same time, you have somebody that you work with closely, obviously, because they're in the same small office, and you're vilifying her. So I wasn't really sure where Nicole was coming from with this. Um, yeah. And I was really hoping, like, okay, it's so, like, that scene was vague. She does admit that she's not a fan of Rochelle at all. So, but the scene was vague in its explanation of where this enmity for Rochelle stems from, right? So now we are back. Next scene is back at Manhattan Beach, where it all began. Because why not come full circle, right? This is Chelsea's first solo Brokers Open, and to date is her biggest listing. So, girl came glammed up, looking like a land mermaid. Is that such a thing? But she was so cute, so cute. And you know, there's like bound to be claws clawing with how this group is going. But before that, the spread and the Brokers Open is crazy. Was there crustaceans? I mean, yeah, you are close to the beach, so I guess it does. It does make sense. And of course, champagne to bring class to these as they roll down the chute. You know, have a little crab, sip, sip a little champagne. Have a little oyster, sip a little champagne. You know, just saying. And the camera pans to Mary talking to Nicole about hashing out her issue with Chriselle. But before that, Bree has a side convo with Emma. And it looked like Bree was already kind of like on the offensive, or she's already thinking about whether Emma was coming or not so she could clear the air because there was a scene where Brie was showing a client of hers, a billionaire client of hers, a listing, and the client casually mentioned that Emma had reached out to him, and he does say he does say in that episode that Emma had reached out and was like, basically asking if he wanted to do business with her, like, find a home for you, things like that, because Emma is also a real estate agent in the O group. So obviously that didn't sit well with Brie. So on that note, cue the drama. Brie wanted to let Emma know. She asked Emma for a few minutes or a moment or whatever, and wanted to let Emma know that no one is coming between her and her bag, honey. Because Bree feels like Emma, again, sent feelers to the billionaire client behind Bree's back. So she wasn't shy about letting Emma know how she feels. Like, girl, don't come between me and that bag. That is a billionaire's bag, mind you. It's got a lot of zeros next to it. Just saying. But then again, there's a lot of billionaires in that pool nowadays. Can we get a trillionaire somewhere, anywhere? Just saying. Hashtag asking for a friend. Anyway, while this was happening, Emma was taken aback. And I gotta say, the winner in this conversation is empanadas from Emma's business. Because she got 2 shout outs in this brief conversation of the damn empanadas. It's like, shakes nuts. Go, girl. You go, Emma. Way to, like, seg that into, what do you call this? A shout out for your business. And also, again, back to the HBIC, who is no longer with the company. Still, her ghost certainly has stayed, because these girls still bring her name up like she's gonna show up any second now. Then we move on to the Nicole and Chriselle confrontation. Like I said earlier, I didn't really know where Nicole was coming with all this enmity towards Chriselle. And yes, it was confrontation. I mean, the energy coming through the screen is just that and so much more. So let's dive in. Chriselle was outside, and Nicole wanted to speak to her, and Chriselle begins with how she's heard Nicole is running her mouth about how happy she is that Jason's happier now. And then this conversation leads to the bottom of Nicole's issue with Chriselle. According to Nicole, her issue was from 3 years ago. Moment of silence here. 3 years ago. Like, girl, you've been holding on to these bounds for 3 years. For what? For what? Anyway, let's continue on. And according to Nicole, Chriselle was taking credit for 2 listings that Nicole had put in time and effort and energy to sell. According to Chriselle, however, it was Jason who brought her and Nicole onto these listings. So Chriselle ended up, because she felt bad, she didn't have the time or didn't expend as much energy on these listings. She did not take any money from the listings once they got sold. Like, her name was on the paperwork as well as Nicole's, I suppose, but she did not take a dime. Like, you know how they get paid a percentage or something? I forget what it's called. But yeah, I mean, damn. If you didn't take a dime, girl, wow, that is magnanimous of you. But that was not enough for Nicole. Nicole insists that Chriselle should remember each and every client, even from 3 years ago. Like, honey, I'm divided on that. I happen to have a fairly good memory for being almost 106 years old, but does it take some time rolling of the mental Rolodex to shore up information if it's been over a year? Much less 3 years. Like, girl, what is the deal with this particular listing or listings? Like, did you not get paid? Did your name not appear as the listing agent? Did the seller not thank you? Did they not send you a bread box? I mean, I don't fracking know. What is the friggin' deal? 3 years ago, girl. You still harping on about 3 years ago. Like, So, to continue with his diatribe, Nicole brings up her issue with Chriselle's victim mentality. So now it's no longer professional. It's like she's attacking her personally. So Chriselle just goes off, calling her a bee. Of course, Nicole has to stick to her guns about how she's now seeing the real Chriselle, and uh, continues with "I didn't know you before," and Nicole adding "we're not friends," and of course, Chriselle is going to agree to that. Like, she knows, girl. She knows you guys are not friends. So Chriselle's just like, dude, I'm done with this. I'm done with this, and I'm done giving you your moment. Like, boom, mic drop. I, I go back to 3 friggin' years. You took 3 years to squash this listing issue you've been holding on to with, like, your colleague. For what? The girl has been with the company obviously at least that long, so why didn't you bring it up to her when you cashed the check? Or like to her manager, or to like to HR, or the owner of the fucking company who you still enjoy a deep relationship with, who coincidentally you had a romantic relationship with. I mean, it's a clusterfuck. It really is. I mean, dude, you holding on to these bones screams like screen time, honey. Screen time. And very much so. But you know what? You do what you need to do to get the screen time, okay? I don't know how much they paid you, but that's it's negligible at this point. So, as Chriselle tells Mary, she walks into the house from her confrontation with Nicole. She tells Mary, who is currently in charge of the office while Jason is off gallivanting in Europe with his new girlfriend, if she's willing to discuss this issue with Nicole, with Jason, with Mary, or the people who know the facts or at least are in charge of running the office, to clear the air about this once and for all. But all those players have to be present, right? I mean, duh. Now, though, this leads me to, I wonder what little bones in that proverbial real estate closet Nicole is holding on to from 3 years ago, or even like longer than that. Because I have a feeling this is only the tip of the iceberg. Literally. But, this is reality TV, and I'm sure it is bound to get even more dramatic as we go on. So, we only had time for episode 3, and that is again TBD on Brie. Oh, sorry, Old Deals Die Hard. So, hopefully tomorrow I will be able to do a recap again of episode 4, because I'm pretty sure with these ladies, the drama just kind of lends itself into the episodes following the last. So, darlings, if you had fun with that quick recap, I hope that you also would kindly subscribe. I don't think I've said that before. Would kindly subscribe to my channel. It'd be greatly appreciated, because Sarsci needs friends. Let's be friends. But be warned, Sarsci's that's a snarky friend. She doesn't really have a filter. So, and she's 106 years old. Super vintage, but she is a fabulous little miss. Throws glitter in today's face. So, anywho, with that, darlings, have fun. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Have a great rest of your week next week. And remember to journey in gratitude and leave grace for people. Okay, till next time. Toodaloo. Ciao.